99 days. 99 days since the most important election of our lives. The reality is every generation in America is called to stand up for America. In 99 days, this generation will be called to stand up for America. And this is not a generation defined by age. It's one defined by values. The values of believing in the best of America, where we embrace diversity and not demonize it, where we respect women, not mock them and ridicule them, where we believe in a country where the president is actually competent and not corrupt. Those are the values on the ballot in 99 days. A few other key days, 99 to election day, 186 until Donald Trump is evicted, and hopefully 187 days until Donald Trump is indicted. That's a dream. We can dream, can't we? For 99 days, we can make this happen. Picture it. Now let's do it. Folks, I'm back from my vacation. Happy to be here. As always, I'm your MBFF. Stay strong. Stay angry. That is the key to winning this election. In fact, every day, Donald Trump gives us more of a reason to be angry. A quick reminder, in the middle of a deadly pandemic, Donald Trump's administration is in the Supreme Court arguing to end all the benefits of the ACA, including covering you and your family for pre-existing medical conditions. And he's got no backup plan. That's it. Plus, millions would lose their health care. Absolutely, if they get it through the Medicaid expansion. Trump doesn't care. Another reason to stay angry and stay strong is what's going on right now. Any minute now, it could be happening right now behind me on TV for all I know. The GOP is about to unveil their new relief package. The reality is, as I think everybody knows, in March, there was bipartisan support to provide $600 weekly to every American who was out of work. $600. That became a lifeline. Unfortunately, it ended July 31st. In reality, it actually ended last week for most people, but July 31st on paper. So now there's no more time. And now the GOP is rushing around, trying to come up with some half-handed plan. Here's the reality. Donald Trump and Mitch McConnell did have priorities during COVID-19. One of the big priorities was rushing through federal judges to be confirmed, not rushing through to help people out of work. In fact, since the beginning of this entire crisis in February through the end of June, Donald Trump and Mitch McConnell have ushered through 13 federal judges. So when it came to things they cared about, they rushed. When it came to helping Americans out of work, they don't care. Bottom line, if you're out of work, you're an American, you're an inconvenient truth for Donald Trump's re-election campaign. That's the reality of what you are. It's heartbreaking to know that's what the president thinks of you. That's the truth. That's the nation we live in today. Now, while Trump and the GOP were hyper-focused on confirming judges, the House Democrats were doing something good. In mid-May, they passed the HEROES Act. That extended these $600 weekly benefits that end this week through January. It also provided more funding for testing, contact tracing, for schools, for states, municipalities, as well as helping frontline workers. Since mid-May, that passed. Donald Trump and Mitch McConnell have done nothing with it, nothing. They're waiting till the last minute now to have some leverage. So now we hear their new proposal is not $600 a week, but $200 a week. That is simply cruel. Look, Mitch McConnell and Donald Trump are wealthy people. Mitch McConnell, most people might not know, this is one of the wealthiest members of the Senate. Multi-millionaire. And what Mitch McConnell said on Friday when asked about the new plan to help workers out, his exact words were, hopefully in the next 2 to 3 weeks, we'll be able to come together and pass something. Hopefully, in the next 2 to 3 weeks, you'll finally pass something? When you're a millionaire like McConnell, you don't have income for 2 to 3 weeks, it doesn't matter. The reality is in our country, 40% of Americans do not have $400 in their bank account for an emergency. 2 to 3 weeks to them is eternity. But Trump and Mitch McConnell don't care. They simply don't care. America's in pain. As much as Donald Trump wants the whole entire COVID-19 crisis to magically disappear, it's not going to disappear. The reality is, over the weekend, as we learned, there's not just an uptick in COVID cases. Last week alone, 4 days, we had over 1,000 Americans die each day. And this is stunning. A brand new model published by the CDC yesterday predicted that between now and August 15th, we could have 175,000 Americans die from the virus. Not all together, I'm talking about. So right now, we're about 147,000 Americans who've perished. That means another about 25,000 Americans will die in the next 3 weeks. Common sense tells us the worse the health crisis, the worse the economic crisis. The reason unemployment went up last week and filings jumped for the first time in 3 months to 1.4 million in a week is because the worse the health crisis, the worse the economic crisis. Places had to reclose. People are out of work not because they're lazy. People are out of work because their place they worked at is closed, either temporarily or it's gone. That's the reality. Donald Trump won't address that. He won't talk about job creation, just liberate, liberate, liberate. Mitch McConnell and Donald Trump want to cut from $600 to $200 a week. To give you some perspective, at $600 a week, we've seen food banks up 50% in terms of demand from a year ago. And this is with the $600 a week. A new study by the Census came out. 26% of Americans say they were unable to pay last month's rent or not confident they can pay next month's rent. That is with $600 a week. And now they want to cut to $200 a week. Who can make ends meet? Who can pay for their rent or their mortgage, their car payments, with food on their table for $200 a week? Nobody can. And they know that. And even with the state benefits, not everyone is eligible for it. I think most people know gig economy, not eligible. Independent contractors, generally not eligible. In fact, states like Florida, where you are eligible, which is exploding in cases, you know what the maximum you can get in a week from state benefits are in Florida for unemployment? The maximum per week? $275. Add that $275 to the $200 Republicans want to give. That's $475. You're a single parent. How do you make ends meet on that? You can't. They know it. They don't care. What's really heartbreaking is that it's not politics. It's not spin. The President of the United States and Mitch McConnell simply do not care about struggling Americans. Nothing in Donald Trump's background would tell you he's cared. He's a billionaire celebrity. He hangs with the rich and powerful. The rest of the people he used and deceived and misled into believing he might care about them. And now they're seeing he doesn't. And I wish they would come to their senses and at least support the House Heroes Act, a bill that passed in mid-May, $3 trillion. Again, it will immediately extend the $600 unemployment lifeline through the end of the year, in fact, through January. It'll provide essential workers with money. It'll provide money for testing, because our states are woefully inadequate in testing. I had Dr. Seema Yasmin on my show today, a former CDC official, who's going to talk about that very thing and the numbers we should be at, where we're not even close. We're not in the galaxy where we should be testing in terms of making things safe. So that and more on the show today. We've got Greg Pallant will join us, talking about his great new book, Rick Unger, Dr. Seema Yasmin, and more. Thanks for tuning in to a little preview. Again, my show is on SiriusXM, channel 127, 6 to 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And if you don't subscribe to SiriusXM, just go to the SiriusXM website. I wish I could tell you Dean sent you. It doesn't give you a discount, but there's so many free trials right on the website. Sign up for a free trial. Be a part of the family. Be a part of the show. Call the show. Let's be in this together. Let's stay angry. Let's stay strong. 99 days, Judgment Day. It's time we defeat Donald Trump. It's time we reject Trumpism. Embrace the best of America. Thanks for tuning in to my little preview.